It was the first visit of many. They spent, over the subsequent months, hours in the East Hyde, overlooking the shallow lagoon of the Scrape, with binoculars and sketchbooks balanced on the wide ledge below the low window that, except when it was very cold, was opened to let in the sounds of the reeds sighing, and the gulls, and the not-far-off sea. Sometimes Anthony left Petra there alone, and took himself off to the bittern hide, to wait for a rare glimpse of the big striped birds stealing through the reed beds and uttering their peculiar booming call. And when he came back to find her, she would never have moved, and the pages of her sketchbook would be filled with the rapid, energetic drawings that gave him such satisfaction to see. "I wonder," Rachel said, "if it would have felt like this, if we'd had a daughter." "No." "Why do you say no?" "Because it wouldn't have felt so friendly. There'd have been baggage. There always is." "So?" "So," Anthony said, "we mustn't rock the boat." Then Ralph came home. Ralph had been travelling. Ralph had been sent by the American bank that had, to his parents' surprise, hired him to Singapore. He had not fitted into Singapore. He sent emails describing his weekend escapes, to islands, to the hills, to stretches of coast not groomed as playgrounds for Westerners who liked their adventures sanitized. He said he would stick it for 3 years, until he had made enough money to come home and buy a cottage in Suffolk and start up some business of his own that didn't mean wearing a tie and being a habitué of airports. He gave no hint of what was going on in his personal life, and slid past all Rachel's questions with the ease of practice. "He'll come back," Rachel said, "married, or not married, but with a Malay girl or an Indonesian girl, and a baby. There's bound to be a baby. And she'll hate Suffolk and be miserable and cold, and then she'll want to leave him and go home." "Probably." "Don't you care?" "Desperately," Anthony said. "But what can we do? What have we ever been able to do about Ralph?" Rachel looked at him quickly, and then looked away, but not before he had seen tears spring to her eyes. Rachel had never been tearful, had never resorted to weeping when upset or frustrated, except where Ralph was concerned. Ever since his babyhood, ever since his complex and elusive childhood, Ralph had presented Rachel with a conundrum she could neither solve nor relinquish, an Achilles heel that she could bear only if she kept him close to her, supervising, involved, worrying.